How was it going to PC Nation? Welcome back to a brand new video. This video is going to be basically me talking about the fourth wall. It's going to be me talking about fourth wall in the shows, games, and all, etc. This video is going to be called Let's Talk About the Fourth Wall in Shows. Basically, that's what I'm going to be talking about more. I'm going to be talking about all medias, but basically just shows. Let's start off with, shows. So, you're watching your TV show. A lot of shows do this. Live action can do this. Cartoons, anything can do this. Shows that I think of when I think of the fourth wall, or, not really fourth wall, but it talks about current subjects. That's why I count as a fourth wall as well. Fourth wall is the viewer. There's a lot of things to do with the fourth wall. There's the first wall where it's just a show. Second wall is the interaction with the one character is doing interactions. Second is all the characters doing. The third is all the characters doing interactions, and then a character or two or more one or more characters interacting with the viewer that are watching the actual viewer watching the show. There's one show I watched back in 2019. Sorry about being so dark in here, but I don't know, lighting's bad. But one show I watched back in 2019 last year was You vs. the Wild on Netflix. It was one of Bear Grylls' new shows that came out last year. It only has 8 episodes, but it was an interactive show. That's the stuff I like. That's the stuff I'm going to really talk about today. Well, you're like, interactive stuff is not free. Isn't the fourth wall? Yes, it is. Because the show itself, the whole show is based around interacting with you, the viewer. That's really... If a show does that, where it talks to you or lets you do the decision, like games, I like games like that. Like the Wolf Among Us series, the one I actually played on the channel, Detroit Become Human. There's not really a wrong... Well, there is technically, but there's not really a wrong or right answer, or wrong or right choice. Because the game will continue no matter what happens. So you make a choice and the game continues, like Wolf Among Us. You make a choice, like Telltale series basically. You make a choice and then the game continues. Next, like last time, it continues into the end. There's multiple endings you can get from each episode of a game. Like, oh, NPC, this is interactive stuff. This is not the fourth wall. It basically is the fourth wall. It counts. Like, if a character goes up to the camera and be like, you watching this, that's the fourth wall. Deadpool was one of them. He looks at the camera and is like, hey, you viewer, yeah, better watch this. Or, what Teen Titans Go did a whole entire episode of it. I like the original Teen Titans because that's what I grew up with. That's bottom of my heart. That's what I grew up with. But Teen Titans Go is alright. They did an episode where Beast Boy was doing his underwear dance or whatever they called it. I watched it. I watched the episode, and they were like, "Oh, creeps watching us." That's basically the fourth wall. They tapped on the wall, and it was actually a camera sound and all that stuff that you hear, like a fishbowl sound, basically. That's basically the fourth wall. When it interacts with the viewer, or tells the viewer at home that's watching the show right now, goes off script, but continues the plot, it's the fourth wall. If it says the viewer tells the viewer to watch this or do something, it's the fourth wall. So back to interacting stuff. So Bear Grylls' show You vs. the Wild, it was basically the viewer, because Netflix has some interactive stuff. It was basically the viewer deciding the choices he made. Should I eat this or should I do this? Should I do this? That's basically the fourth wall, because that's the Haunter show is based off of. It's interactive. It's based off you, the viewer, controlling the show. That is basically breaking the fourth wall. A lot of things do it. AEW does it. They go, what I don't think it's really script. I don't think AEW is that much script. But if you watch AEW, they take jabs of WWE. That's basically the fourth wall, because they're breaking it. They're breaking the show. They take jabs and breaking the fourth wall. I like the fourth wall because it gives the viewer more of it. It gives you more of an interactive with the show. It gets you hooked. A lot of shows got my attention because they broke the fourth wall. That's why I like Deadpool, because he does that stuff. Games that let you make the decisions are great like that, because you're in control. You're in control. The game's already developed. You don't know what's going to happen though. So that's why the fourth wall is so good in like shows and stuff, because you don't know what's going to happen. Or a character's just randomly talking to you. You're like, oh, this character's talking to me, and me alone. You're. It puts you in the show. It puts you in the show, but you're not really in it. But it puts you inside the show. It makes you interact with the characters. The characters interacting with you. It breaks the fourth wall. It puts you in their boots, basically. It inserts yourself into the show. That's why the fourth wall is such a good thing. A lot of shows need to use it more, I think. But that's why I like it in cartoons, shows, and games. Or just interactive stuff, interactive stories where you decide where the story goes next. Or interactive games and shows. Because you get to decide where it goes next. And it will continue from your choices. There's no reverse. You could go back to that chapter and get a different ending from that one chapter. But if you have like two different save files, yeah, you can get both endings, good and bad. But there's not really a good or bad ending. You get to make your own choices, or the show's letting you be in the show, and like a show that you really like, and you're in it. You're like, oh, this is interactive with me. Yeah, you're like, oh, NPC, you're talking more about interactive shows and games. No, I'm talking. That's a thing about the fourth wall. It lets you interact for a reason. It's interactive. That's the point of the fourth wall. It's supposed to let you interact. So if you see a game or show that interacts with you, that's basically the fourth wall. You're like, this is just the interactive part of it. But a character's talking to you. The show's already written. It's just you're in it somehow. Like the show was already written like probably a week or two ago, but it aired the day you watch it, the day it airs. It was, you're in it. You feel like you're there while the show's live, but it's not. It was already written, or the game was already developed. It's one thing. The fourth wall was invented by developers. It was invented by directors. It was invented by us. It was invented by the viewer. It's not really a big thing, as big as I think it should be, but it was invented not because it was randomly. It was invented because we wanted something for more entertainment. It was invented by the viewer, basically, for the viewer's entertainment, for the viewer's to hook the viewer, to get the person watching it more involved. A lot of it wasn't invented by a big billion-dollar company, just a normal person, by us, by normal people, normal hardworking people. It was made for the person playing the game or watching the show at home. It wasn't made for the director's entertainment. It was made for the director to give back for the community that watches their show, or the game developers to give back, because we buy their game, they want to give back and let us make our own choices. That's why it's such a good thing. That's why I like it. That's why I'm making a video on it. Because it's such a good concept that we should use it more in media. Like, we should. When I watched that Bear Grylls, sorry about my hair, I'm just trying to freaking fix it. When I watched that Bear Grylls show, when it was that interactive show, a lot of people give Netflix bad rap for their shows, but it's actually good. I would recommend it, actually, if you like interactive stuff, or just games that give you your own choices. It's something that I very enjoy because you're in control. The game's already developed, though. You don't know what's going to happen. Anything can happen. There's no good or bad choice. It's your choice. But you don't know what's going to happen. The developers do. But the reason the fourth wall is around is because of the viewer. Or the consumer. It's not around because a big billion-dollar company said, make a fourth wall. Make something. It's a term that is basically for interactive stuff. An interactive character, a character that breaks it. Loud House is another example. Every time the show starts, you see Lincoln in his room. If you ever watched it, you see him in his room, and he's standing there telling you, oh, having 10 sisters, you know. It's like, it's trying to get you interactive if you have a big family. It's basically for big families or people with siblings. Like, oh, how's it, this is how having sister or sisters is, you know? That's basically what the concept is. Even though in the show, it really doesn't break the fourth wall. But in the beginning, it does. It's trying to tell you here the lesson, you know? That's one thing about fourth wall. It's trying to make you not understand. Make you feel like this is happened to you. This is what's happened to me. It's like relate. It's make you relate to it. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, press the share button, press the like button, press the red subscribe button, press the bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. What do you guys think about the fourth wall? Tell me in the comments below. I enjoy it. I think it was made for us, by us. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, press the share button, like button, red subscribe button, press the bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'll see you guys next video. Goodbye.